We offered the ZVOX officially many years ago. I think it was like probably 5 or 6 years ago. And when we offered the very first one, I instantly bought it. And here's why. My husband was in the military for a long time. He was in the U.S. Army, proudly served in the U.S. Army. When he was very young, when he first started, he worked with howitzers, which are the really huge, big guns, right? And they were young, and they were kind of, young. And he didn't wear hearing protection. And unfortunately, it really screwed up his hearing. And so, fast forward many years later, we would literally start arguing, and I would leave the room really upset because he would have to listen to the TV so loud, and it hurt my ears so badly. And he would get frustrated, I would get frustrated, and that's just not how you want to spend your time together when you're watching TV or sports or whatever it might be. So when we first launched the ZVOX, I bought it instantly, and my unit was actually much bigger and much taller, but I'll tell you what, it was literally a marriage saver. We could enjoy TV together for the first time in a very long time. Now, even if you don't have any hearing issues in your family, the cool thing about the ZVOX is it takes any sound coming out of any TV and creates a feeling of surround sound. So it improves your TV's sound, the music, the football game immensely, even if you don't have any hearing issues in your family. But for me, it was my husband's hearing issues, and we've never been without it. 3 colors, we have the black, we have the espresso, and we have the gray titanium. And once again, like all those other deals I just showed you, this offer ends today. This is it. The free shipping ends today, and of course the Flex Pay, that 5 Flex is gonna end today as well. All right, Lori Leland's joining me, and Lori, you actually had the opposite problem in your house, but it really is a big problem solver, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a marriage saver. It's a sanity saver if you're not married, right? And for me, I was the one asking my husband, can you turn it up? Can you turn it up? What'd they say? What happened? What just happened? Can you rewind it? Oh my gosh, I was driving him insane. So this really makes all the difference because ZVOX allows those voices to pop with that voice clarification technology built right in. And real quick, I just want to show you. So Tom and the team at ZVOX, incredible innovators, basically invented the soundbar in the first place. They've incorporated that patented hearing aid technology. But they also opened up a few of the flat screen TVs, and what they found were teeny tiny, ridiculously small speakers. So Suzanne, there is no way this is going to be able to deliver that incredible, unbelievable sound that we're all craving in our homes because we're trying to create that home theater experience, right? And what the team found is these are like firing down or backwards a lot of times. So your sound is hitting the back wall when you're sitting out here. So it's not really doing anybody any good. And I think a lot of us have realized we need to add something to have that better sound quality. So with ZVOX, this has 6-level audiology of that AccuVoice voice clarification technology. So it grabs the voices, it makes them clearer, and then it pushes them forward so your ears can hear every single word as clear as a bell. Now, like you said, this is virtual 3D surround, so everything sounds better with ZVOX, but the voices really pop. So if we have a quick second, I'll go ahead and show you just on my TV, and keep in mind we're doing this over Wi-Fi, over Skype onto your TV, so when you get it at home, it's going to be even more impressive, but here's that TV sound.
Christmas and the holidays are over.
Will you marry me?
No, it's so beautiful.
ZVOX.
Of course I will. I would love to marry you.
Tell me a little bit more about the background on this figurine.
Yes, well, I was cleaning out my grandfather's attic, and I found a really old box, and when I looked inside, this was there, and it was really old, but other than that, I didn't really have much to go on.
Well, this is from Peru, and normally these ceramic pieces are associated with notable figures.
It helps if I push the right button.
This find is from the 1500s, and it depicts a Peruvian coffee bean farm. As you can see, he was an
It's so dull, right? So, I mean, it really, really pops when you have that ZVOX sound on. And the beautiful thing here, Suzanne, is that you can listen at a lower volume. So you don't have to crank the volume so loud. So that's why a lot of people have said they're avoiding fights in their household, because the one person that always wanted it up so loud can now hear clearly with a lower volume, thanks to our good friends at ZVOX.
You know what I find too, is if you can't hear the voices, especially let's say it's like, maybe it's a show that comes from Ireland or England or or, you know, they have an accent. You have to really work hard to listen. And you don't realize you're like really having to focus to try to understand. This you get to relax. And it makes a huge difference actually. And I'm gonna do the demo here in our studio as well so you guys can hear it because I think it's important. So this is our TV.
That's amazing.
I know, I'm very pleased to tell you that this figurine today at auction is a very, very collectible piece.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, the figurine in average condition will be worth somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000.
Oh, wow.
But because it's in such good condition and all the history associated with it.
Now, isn't that crazy? And you guys, look, I have the volume up to 27. Hey, it just sounds terrible. It sounds kind of muddy. It's not very clear. This is important for sports too.
Back in shotgun formation, Armstrong has it on his fingertips. Touchdown for the Rams.
See, isn't that cool? How it brings the clarity of the sound. It's like if you're on stage and you're in the very back of the stage or you walk to the front of the stage, obviously in the front of the stage you can project easier and you hear more clarity. That's what this does. It's a huge, huge difference to enjoying your television or enjoying your favorite movie, or maybe it's a symphony you're watching on TV. Whatever it is, it makes the sound clearer, but also makes the sound so much richer and better. And Lori, we have so many customers. I've got a ton of reviews here that make, you know, that give us a 5-star. And they're people who have no hearing issues whatsoever. They just love how it took their TV and made the sound dramatically better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the TVs that are really at fault, and it's not us. You know, the TVs being small and having small speakers, that's one part of the problem. But one of the other problems is the way the TV shows and movies are being mixed now. So the Hollywood mixing techniques have really changed, and a lot of the things are muddled together. So the explosions, the soundtrack, and all of the dialogue kind of gets mixed up. So there's no way for those voices to really pop unless you add a device. And this is ZVOX, so patented hearing aid technology, 6-level audiology. These are the innovators of allowing those voices to come forward. And like you said, everything sounds better. So this is like virtual 3D surround sound. So it's very much like getting that expensive install with all the wires and the speakers behind your head and up on the ceiling and all of that, but with this one simple and easy to use speaker that only weighs 1 pound. So this is gonna work with even your smaller TVs. I've been joking, and I know I told you this the other day, Suze, but since we've been at home a lot more, my husband, I didn't realize how much he watched sports. He just watches sports all the time. So I was ready to watch something else. So I bought this little TV right here, little 32-inch for me, but this is the perfect size for that. He uses this one too on our big 65-inch TV. So this works for all the TVs in your life. One of the other really cool features I want you to realize, in addition to that super streamlined, easy to use 5-button remote, is the output leveling mode feature. So the second you hook this up, and by the way, it's one cable to your TV and power. That's it. But as soon as you hook this up, instead of being blasted out by the super loud commercials like we tend to be, with this, it brings those commercials back to match the volume of the TV show. I don't know why the commercials always get so loud, but instead of having to ride the remote control up and down whenever the commercials come on, you don't have to do that when you're a ZVOX customer. And I think that's one of the reasons people call into the show and they're so wildly passionate about ZVOX. We've sold over 150,000, Suzanne, but this is the first time we've ever dipped below $100 on a ZVOX. It has just never happened before.
Yeah, and I love it. There's what she was talking about, the AccuVoice. It has 6 different levels. It's a very easy remote to operate. So that's how I was doing the mute and unmute. There's your volume, your power. It's not a complicated system, but what it does, it tremendously changes, and it's a patented system, the way your sound clarifies. I do want to read a couple reviews, Lori, real quick. One of them I loved. She said, this is Autonoma in Kansas. The product works with so much more clarity than she expected. And I do think watching it on television and at home, you're like, well, yeah, I can kind of hear it work. And well, yeah, I think it works. Remember, you have until the end of January to save your marriage. So if you guys are like fighting up a storm, and if that's your evening every night where you're just, oh my gosh, it's so loud, or please, could you turn it up some more so I can hear it? Guess what? You get to actually use this for 2 months. You're gonna know immediately. That's the fun thing about ZVOX. The minute you use it the first time, you sit there and go, oh my gosh, this is awesome. awesome. The minute my husband and I didn't fight anymore over the volume, it was worth its weight in gold, because it really was very upsetting. I don't spend a lot of time home in the evenings, and my husband works all day. So the few nights we have together, I want to be with him. I want to be in the same room. I don't want to be forced to go to another TV simply because I'm so uncomfortable because it's so loud. This really made the difference. Remember, the mine unit was much more expensive and it was a much bigger unit. This is a very small footprint, but it is very, very powerful with very big sound out of it. Please read the reviews. And once again, this is my last chance Cyber Monday. This is your last opportunity. When we get to the end of this day, all of those amazing deals I showed you earlier, you can see them online, including our ZVOX, because this was also a Today's Special last week. All of the prices are going up at the end of the day. The free shipping's going away. That is gone, and we don't do free shipping very often. And your flex is gonna change tomorrow. It's all gonna be different. And you might be watching right now and you say, oh, you know what? That would be the perfect gift for my mom and dad. You know, they're having trouble hearing TV. Maybe they're a little bit older. You're like, yeah, that's perfect. You're going to come back tomorrow because you didn't order it now, and it's going to be $169.99. And they'll still love it. Trust me. They will love you giving them this gift. But the problem is you're gonna spend more. All of a sudden the free shipping won't be there, so you're gonna spend about $6 shipping, and you're not gonna have the flex anymore. So getting it tonight is always the smartest time while you're thinking about it. Lori, let's go over some more stuff. Do you wanna do the audio again if you can?
Yeah,
Great.
for sure. I'd love to. So TV sound, it's dull, right? It's disappointing. I was on with Alice the other day. She said, it sounds like you're underwater, right? Because the speakers and the flat screen TVs are too small to really do any good. So let's listen to TV sound.
You're going to get somewhere right around 88 miles.
There's the
in 1 hour. Great Scott, right? No? Seriously?
Without, I can't understand the teacher.
Beautiful.
Thank you, honey. This place is really intimate. You know, we haven't had a romantic dinner date in a long time.
I want every night to be very special. We've been together for a long time now.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot together.
We had a lot of fun over the past years.
And I can't see myself being with anyone else.
Suzanne, this is one of those funny moments. I'd be like, oh my gosh, is he proposing? Wait, what's happening? Oh, what'd she say? Like, you would miss the plot points if you can't understand TV, right? How many of us have had to turn on closed captioning and read television because we can't understand what the actors are saying? And now we're not even looking them in the face. We're reading the bottom of the screen. How many of us have had to rewind over and over and over again because we keep missing these plot points and we keep missing what's happening and what, you know, the important part of the action? It was driving my husband insane. I was saying to him, what? What happened? What just happened? What happened? Do you know? Can you rewind it? Rewind it? Can you rewind it again? I just was not getting it, and I was driving him crazy. And I have pretty good ears, I believe, but I've also worn earpieces for 20 years. So, you know, some of us have done things to affect our ears over the years, and certainly with Americans being, you know, so many Americans being over the age of 50, it's really impacting, like if they went to concerts and things when they were young, it really impacts their ability to be able to understand television. But this is a simple and easy way. Hooking it up with one cable into the TV and power. It's not a big eyesore, so this is really, really easy for you to decorate around. You barely even notice it, but it fills your room with sound, and it allows those voices to really and truly pop. And Suzanne, if it can save one fight in a marriage, right, then it's worth its weight in gold. It really and truly is.
Yeah, it's so much more enjoyable and so much more fun, and everything does sound so much better when you're using it. So I'll do my demo again so you guys can hear it. Now remember, this TV's at 27. That's pretty loud, actually. So here's the TV.
I'm pleased to tell you that this figurine today at auction is a very, very collectible piece.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, the figurine in average condition.
That's with the ZVOX.
Between $10,000 and $15,000. Because it's in such good condition and all the history associated with it, I would say this would actually be something in the region of 40.
Isn't that incredible? And the other thing I discovered once we got the ZVOX as well, Lori, was there's some of the best programming coming out now, and it has been for a long time, you'll find coming from the UK and from foreign countries. And that's where Craig would really go down the rabbit hole. I mean, it was always an issue, but we'd be watching a great show, and let's say all the characters were from Ireland, and he would say to me, he'd go, oh, wait, like an important point in the story, and I'd have to tell him exactly what the person just said, because he couldn't clarify the sound of their voices, so it became tougher when he was watching a lot of shows that might have had actors who had an accent.
Yeah, oh my gosh, accents, forget about it, right? For some of us, it's so hard to understand accents. Like this roadshow segment we were showing you with the guy doing the assessment, he has a very exotic accent. It's a British accent. It sounds amazing, but it can be very difficult to hear. And my mom loves the BBC. She's always loved to watch Sherlock Holmes and some of the really famous detectives, but she was really struggling, having a hard time understanding what was being said. With ZVOX, again, this is powerful algorithms that go to work to pull the voices out of the background. Background still sounds amazing, so that isn't impacted at all, but the voices come forward. They're more clear, and then they're pushed towards your ears, so you can hear everything so unbelievably clearly. And this is just a really dynamic process with 6 levels of that AccuVoice voice clarification technology. And like you said, Suzanne, here's where you cycle through your AccuVoice levels. Really, with only 5 buttons on here, you're not going to need to do much with this remote. Your actual main TV remote can be trained to operate your ZVOX. You just need to decide what level you want to stay at. But then when you turn on your TV, your ZVOX comes on automatically, which is really handy and convenient. And then in that case, you can tuck this right into a drawer. You don't have to even deal with another remote control, so that's really nice. But the fact that it's so easy to hook up, it's one cable. So we include all of the cables for you. I know a lot of the sound bars out there, you have to bring your own cable, which can be really inconvenient. So if you're giving this as a Christmas gift to mom and dad, grandparents, they are going to love this. One cable into the TV, one cable into power. It has never been easier. The folks at ZVOX actually had a very young girl in their family do it. I think she was 7 years old, or maybe she was 9 years old, and it took 7 minutes. But it's so fast, so easy. And you're going to love this because you can set it up easily. And like you said, Suzanne, you're going to notice the difference right away. I would just say, if you have a couple TVs in your house, this is the one that has ZVOX is the only one you're going to want to watch. So you might want to pick up an extra ZVOX.
I completely agree, because you'll never be able to listen to another TV without it. You'll be like, really? That sounds so terrible. Here's a couple things that's important to know. Why buy from us? Well, again, the retail value of our package is $250. So we're substantially off that. I mean, it's a lot of money, a lot of savings. Here's why. With ours, you're getting an exclusive HSN extended warranty, which is great. ZVOX normally doesn't offer that. And you're getting a little voucher here, and the voucher has Live X Music for 1 year, Lifetime Movies, you get to try that for 3 months, and Daily Burn Fitness, that also is included for 3 months to make it a $250 value. So a great savings even at our normal $169 price. But once again, and I know I might sound like a broken record if you've tuned in or you've been watching for a little bit tonight, the price, all of our today's specials that we've been featuring over the last several days, it all ends today. Free shipping is on everything, online and on air. That ends tonight. Everything is over. The prices all go up. Now, we'll still have some awesome deals, but these specifically, you're not going to get this combination of 5 flex free shipping. We just did it for this big Thanksgiving holiday week, and it all ends tonight at the end of Cyber Monday. Easy to shop, though. It's a couple weeks. We got it done. Also, remember, we will do what's called delivery direct. There's so many of this season we were not going to see our family and friends, and you want to send them a gift? Well, for the same free shipping today that will send it to you, we also can send it to a relative directly to their home with a gift message from you. Lori, thank you for joining me, love. It was always good to see you.
Thank you, my friend. Great to see you. Take care.
And you'll see Lori throughout the day. We've got a lot of great items coming up. And again, stay on the line for this. Please check out all of our today's specials that we've offered over the last couple of days. And definitely get in on the free shipping and the flex and some huge savings. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm actually going to wrap up our bear paws because that's going to be a new today's special coming up in about 22 hours. So I will see you then. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you have an awesome, awesome new start to the week. And